Alright guys, Shotty T here, Alliance War videos, third war video of the season. Like I said, we're off to an 0-2 start, but this war looks much more favorable on paper. We're actually the slight favorites here, so feel pretty good going into this war, even though the defensive layout is still not easy. We got some duplication of some annoying defenders, such as you got some Mole Man, got some Hit Monkeys, you got some Apocalypses, and you got some Immortal Abomination. And the right-sided minis, normally I take the right side, but this time we're going left side because the team I got is not as compatible for that side. So just going to jump in with a pretty standard. I pretty much got a rotation of 6 to 7 champs. I'm pretty much bringing in every war now. I mean, like I said, I would love to bring someone else if depending on what's in my path, but opponents tend to put some of the same defenders in my path, so for the most part, I'm pretty much bringing the same champs. But there's always something dynamic about each war, though. Now, this first fight here, we got an Angela. There's really nothing special about this fight. Like, I guess this is diversity placement, but again, they got a bunch of other duplicates of annoying defenders. I think there are much better nodes to put Angela on besides this node, but I'm not their I am not their defensive specialist, so but we're gonna go with it. I do like Angela's buff. It's pretty cool that you can actually armor break the champion, armor break another champion every time you throw a special, and the amount of armor breaks is based off the number of buffs on you. And also her awaken ability helps when it comes to damaging the duration of damaging debuffs, as well as the auto block, and also she can parry non-projectile attacks. So that works against the likes of Havoc, Iron Man, Infinity War. So very useful champ, but she's tough to bring into war because she hits too hard and triggers protect very easily. But just had to buy some time there because otherwise she's not a great defender. So next fight here, we got Black Widow. Now she can be a pretty decent defender on the right node. Again, this is not one of those nodes. But I did mess up there, got hit. But I think that's the last time we get hit. But Ebb and Flow knocked down. We're gonna wait for her. I remember when she first came into the game, she was a defender, a common defender for Flow that had some annoyances on certain nodes. Like in the old setup, there was an all or nothing node that really the main option to use in that fight was Quake. Because remember, when you had Flow, every time you hit a critical hit on the opponent, they gain passive power. And then the only way you can get rid of it is by perfect blocking them. But if it's all or nothing, now she's already going to be gaining power. So yeah, it was just pretty annoying. I think Warlock was a decent option against her too, but you couldn't bleed her in her default mode, so you had to kind of use other tactics against her. But that's if she had willpower. But yeah, but I said, we're a little sloppy that fight. So now we're going to apply some boost here. I think it's just for this fight. I believe later on we put a 6-hour boost because I was going out that evening. So I always try to stay on schedule and not bottleneck anyone if I can. But of course, there are some pros and cons to that. Of course, you can always sneak in a couple of fights there, but you'll see a con at one moment. But anyway, this Korg here this is just a precursor for the next Korg fight. So as I mentioned in previous war videos, he's got pretty familiar with his animations. Now you will see the other animation I was talking about, that fourth light attack. You saw that little kick to the chest area. That is the other combo ender that I was referring to if you saw that other war video. So those are the thing. That's the thing you're looking for against him. I think he does it maybe one more time, I believe. Another second medium. I think we're one more aftershock from killing him though. That's another second medium. There's the light attack right there with the kick. Yeah, so it's not hard to distinguish because that's the only kick attack he does. Is that fourth light attack, and the headbutt is the only second. It's the only headbutt attack, the second medium. So not hard to read. Yeah. So next fight had somebody more compatible to take Guardian there. So round 2, Korg. Yes, Korg is open, and we are going in. I wanted to make sure I found an opening to do so. So secluded myself in my gathering to get this fight in. I figured 5 minutes, I should have enough time to myself. So let's get to quaking, just to go do just like we did the last fight. Okay, so we just do the same thing. See the fourth combo, the fourth light attack, another fourth light attack. That's the second medium. Now the powers, of course, are building up here, but it doesn't matter if he's not throwing the special, right? So there's a fourth light attack, second medium. Just mixing up the combos there. The AI likes to throw you off. They don't do the same combo length. That's why you got to look for those combo enders. All right. So we drop a heavy there because we actually had a small interruption there. Someone like bothered me, so I didn't want to pause the game because it's hard to pause the game while you're quaking. So I paused it there to deal with what I was dealing with. But I'm almost pushing to a bar of power because it is power focus 1. So obviously I can't afford to do that again because Korg is basically impossible to evade in the corner, his SP1. And instead I get hit. So now we're in deep doo-doo. Yeah, it's over. It's just over. You can't evade that thing in the corner. You probably can, but I never tried to do it. It's because it requires certain precision. And yeah. Yeah, needless to say, I wasn't happy with the person that bothered me there. So I made sure I went farther away this time. Made sure nobody can bother me. So we're going to finish this fight with no more distractions. No more distractions. We're just going to finish it. No pausing, no dropping heavies. And actually, I parried him for some reason. I mean, that's the reason why we're quaking this fight to begin with, because he got max sig. So we're just, yeah, this is what we're supposed to be doing. That's what you saw we did the first fight. So it wasn't, I mean, yeah. Obviously, we're not trying to die once per war, but so far that's what we're doing. I mean, we're on that little Vita meal plan. I'm not sure if all this you guys are watching are even old enough to know what that is. It's just like 1-a-day vitamins or something. But right now, it's 1 death to war. 1 death per war. I mean, I guess I'm taking 12 to 13 fights. I guess 1 death is, I guess, okay if you're taking that many fights. But I don't like to die, and especially dying that way. I think the 3 deaths I died all could have been prevented. That Mojo fight, obviously, the distraction kept me from one-shotting him with Quake, but should have brought Magic for less stress. That Kingpin fight, obviously you saw me go back in with Storm Pyramid. That's the second time. So just, I didn't establish enough space control. And then that fight allowed put myself in a position where it was too easy to get sidetracked. So now we're in a much more stable position. As you can see, 3 hours has gone by on the 6-hour timer. So these next few fights are going to be distraction free, and we're going to be able to fight normal. So weighing my options on this fight, Warlock is my best option. Can't quake him here. And Magic, yes, you can do the little backdraft intercept, but when you knock him down, he purifies that anyway, and he has that little thing with his that assassin's cunning. So the idea here is just to basically not let this fight last too long, and I waited just a hair too late to punish his heavy attack, and he punished me. I was already armor broken with the node itself, so that didn't help. But now we're just gonna throw this SB2, and that's the reason why I decided to do a tech power boost. I just wanted to get this fight over with. This is a fight that's not the most ideal for Warlock. I mean, it's doable, obviously, but we just didn't want this fight to last too long. But we're done with that. We will be seeing him again. All right, so this next fight here will be Black Widow Deadly Origin. Unlike last war, we're actually recording these. So, like I said, I thought I was recording it last time, and then when I finished that last fight, I went to my screenshot, and I saw that the record button wasn't on, but it's on this time. So Black Widow Deadly Origins, we fought her a couple of wars ago in the Ebb and Flow Intercept nodes. I mean, this one is Sadist versus Redouble Determination, but it really doesn't matter against Magic if you're power locked. So again, we're just making sure that not to fight into her while she has that evade passive. But that's the last special she's gonna throw the rest of this fight. And I lied. I did have one more thing going on, but it's easier to do it in this fight. I just wanted to make sure. But anyway, there are no more. At least I think so. At least I hope so. I don't think anymore. All right, get back to business. All right, so this fight is almost over. Here we go. Okay. All right, now we gotta face Nova again. I could use Magic, but well, he's unawakened. I guess I could have used Magic in hindsight, because he's unawakened. You don't have to worry about that parry when he auto blocks you. So I guess I could have used Magic to make it a shorter fight, but we decided to quake it. So quake it is, and again, quake has that ability accuracy reduction when you're charging heavy. So that means in his case, when he's charging at you, he's not gaining that power. So I learned, obviously, the first time I had a chance to try this out was when Nova used to be Alliance Quest mini boss a couple of Alliance Quest seasons ago. But yeah, so just quake him and he gains no power. You just gotta be familiar with his animations. Now his second medium is that little double fisted thing. It's almost like Iron Man Infinity Wars attack in a way, and but you can evade that. And then his fourth light attack is kind of like a little dragon punch, like a little uppercut thing with his right arm. You saw it previously. Hopefully, let's see if he does that again. And so it's just a matter of, again, recognizing those enders to reset your heavy attack. All right, so let's see. Does he do it again? Nope. Second medium, 3-hit combo that time. Second medium, 3-hit combo. I think he was about to do a 4th light attack, but didn't get a chance for him to see it. But now the aftershocks are killing him. All right, he's done. All right, so now we got Hit Monkey Part 2. And I did duel both profiles. They both have willpower. But again, Warlock is the better matchup for this fight. So we're just gonna play the node, get to 2 bars of power, and then we're gonna intercept, no SP2, almost ball game. So that's the game plan. Just gotta execute. And we'll slow play it early on, establish space. This time we're not gonna be late punishing this heavy attack. So now we're gonna treat him like a mortal abomination a little bit. All right. All right, go ahead and purposely get rid of those 2 passives that he have. Again, we're gonna try to prevent him from throwing the special. Now we're gonna see if we can get a little intercept here with 2 bars of power. I guess we throw one more SP2. We're gonna purposely let him shrug that off. And we're gonna trigger, well, not worry about trigger evade that time. Just let the purple meter expire. Now we're actually trying to intercept, I believe, at this point. There it is, right there. And you saw how much power gain that was. I'm still working off of that tech power boost, by the way. Okay. All right. So now, still up. Got a couple more fights we could do before we go to bed. So we're gonna do this Annihilus here. Now it's gonna be some cheesy stuff I do in this fight. As you know, when it's hard to parry Annihilus, so when he hits into your block, there's a good chance he's gonna put a stifle or armor break on you. But both of those are non-damaging debuffs, so I'll purposely parry at times just so I can just get inflicted 1 or 2 of those debuffs and I can just heal off of it. So I'm effectively gonna heal myself basically up to 100% before this fight is over. So a lot of ways to fight Annihilus. You can quake him. Now this node is a little trickier to nullify his rod, because obviously if you nullify buffs on this node, they gain power. So Claire, I mean, she could probably still do this fight, but it'll be a little trickier. Plus you got rage to deal with, so you're gonna have his furies build up, and you're gonna have his furies build up from his natural ability with the rod. So Quake's just simple enough. Now rage does affect the scale of her aftershock damage. So the fight is taking a little longer than it would have if it wasn't rage. I did get clipped there, but like I said, not much damage there. We're just gonna, there we go, quake and parry there. I think one more parry should get that armor break to get me at 100% health. So we're gonna try one more parry. There we go. Now we should be good to heal back to 100%. All right, yeah, we're at 100% now. So let's just quake clean the rest of the way now. Mission accomplished. But he caught me there. His animation can be tricky to quake, but it's not too hard. All right, almost there, and he's down. Okay, so next we got Domino. Once again, perfect Warlock counter. Obviously this node here is Power Focus 1 and Hurt Locker, so I can't spam SP2 can only throw it one at a time. Mix up the specials that I throw. And obviously with Power Focus 1, she's going to get up to 1 bar of power sooner. So you just have to worry about the Lucky and the Evade. The SP1, the first melee attack is unblockable. Just got to make sure you're not close to her when she launches it. Alright, we took some critical failure damage there. Dash back light counter. Let's do dash it back light counter. There we go. We're gonna do a 5-hit combo. I believe the tech power boost is worn off now. Alright, we're gonna keep our combo short when she's lucky. This is a note that can really mess you up if you're trying to finish a combo while she's lucky, and then she evades and immediately counter with the special. Don't even hesitate. Can't tell you how many times I've died to Domino with her doing stuff like that, where she'll just evade and immediately punish with the special attack. But we're done there. Alright, so this next mini boss will be Terrax. And just like with Nova, with the power game when he charged at you, and as you can see, we got a pretty substantial lead here. And this is the next morning, by the way. So this Terrax, I believe he's SIG 200. So he's gonna start off with 2 empty bars of power. And normally, if you're near him, you're gonna take rock field damage, and it's gonna scale based on how many armor breaks you have. But in this case, with Quake, with her ability accuracy reduction, that means if he is close to me, as long as he has that concussion active, I'm not gonna take any rock field damage. I may still get an armor break on me while I'm in between restarting my Quake, or I may even trigger like slight rock field damage. But for the most part, it's completely mitigated. So that I was able to get past that phase pretty easily. Now we're just gonna Quake and shake the rest of the fight. Because I don't really fight with Terrax at all, I can't really 100% tell you which one is his second medium or what is his fourth attack, fourth light attack. I know one of them is gonna swing across. Well, it looks like that swing across there with that axe from you towards that, swinging towards that background. That's the second medium, because I've seen that combo ender on different combos. So this is so we just got to identify the fourth light attack. But he keeps doing that second medium, and he gets stunned before he finishes that combo attempt. Let's see if we can see that fourth light attack. So far, nope. We got one more chance to do it. There it is. So the fourth light attack is that chopping arrow, chopping hatchet or whatever that thing is to the ground. There it is. We mess up there. Kind of lost focus there. We were at the end of the fight. We wanted to get it over with. We let go of our Quaking, but that was the last fight for Quake anyway. So now we're going to the boss fight. We're up 22-8 in RBG, but you know, I'm not happy until we're up across the board. So we got 30 deaths, so one more fight to go, which is mine. So quite, like I said, the other opponent died 41 times, so that last war was doable if we died less. But this time 30, I mean, that's around average what we do in a war. Obviously, we would like to have lesser deaths, but including mine, like I said, 1 per war. But I could easily not die as much if I took less fights, but I just like to fight. I wouldn't take it if I didn't think I could finish the fight. So or if I didn't have a good matchup for it. But anyway, we got this Annihilus, not Annihilus, but this Apocalypse boss fight. You guys have seen this multiple times with Magic. We do make a mistake towards the end, but again, still ends up being a one-shot. Of course, the AI varies with their cooperation, but in order to, you can have more success baiting those heavy attacks if you don't finish your full combo, like do a 2-3 hit combo and idle or hold block right next to them after that. And they'll throw a heavy attack a bit of the time. Of course, hitting into the block will induce heavy. And so, but we're just magic cycling alone, keeping track of how many buffs he has. We want to make sure we're throwing our SP2, our SP3 when he has at least 10 buffs. 9 would be okay, 'cause I think that still puts me over 2 bars of power, but I like 10. But we have to do this cycle one more time, because 8 I wasn't 100% sure about. But now the AI is not cooperating as much, so now I'm gonna may have to do one more magic cycle to make sure that I can get 3 bars of power without him getting to his first bar of power. So this is it right here, because he already has 10 buffs. He's gonna gain a 11th one before I get to the SP3. So we throw a SP3 before he gets to a bar of power. That way he doesn't gain any more from the SP3 damage. And all the buffs that he had are nullified, increasing my attack rating. So there we go. Sorry, so we baited that, and we special intercepted there, so we can restart the magic cycle. And now the AI is playing ball. They play ball more times than not, especially in more end-game contents. I prefer the AI to be more aggressive. You just about know what to expect, and it's easy to get into a fighting rhythm against them. When you explore Act 6, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll rather have an aggressive AI versus a passive one that just holds block all the time, playing like Mordo. But anyway, we're almost done with this fight, but like I said, we got sloppy at the end, and we ended up taking some chip damage from the SP1. Didn't know how much that would take from me, but we did do a 10% boost. I guess it was needed for this fight. But that's the last war. So we finally on the scoreboard. We get that W. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. Gonna see if I can get some variant done.